Good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll discuss topic is about servlet. Okay. Today we'll discuss about the servlets. Okay. The topic name is servlets. So till now, like we're done with the core Java, right? So the main purpose of core Java, with the help of core Java, we can made up with only core Java. With the help of core Java, we can develop standalone applications. We can develop standalone applications only. We can develop standalone applications. Standalone applications. Okay, standalone applications. And where we have the JDBC, generally JDBC, which is used to, which is the Java database connectivity. Java database, Java database connectivity. Okay, the main purpose of JDBC is, which is used to, it will act as a mediator between our web application and database. Okay, next thing is servlets. What does it mean by servlets? Okay, servlets, which is used to develop the, which is with the help of servlets you can develop web applications. We can develop web applications. We can develop web applications, right? Okay, so this is the purpose of the servlets, but we have the definition, right? For the servlet definitions is, so servlet are the classes. So servlet is nothing but normal Java classes only. Servlets are the normal Java class, are the classes which will have the methods, which will have the, okay, which will have the methods, which will have the methods are like methods are like init method. Okay, init method, I would say service method, I would say destroy method, destroy method. Okay, so these which will take the parameters, which will take the parameters, okay, and process the parameters, process the parameters and return the response, process the parameters and return the response, and return the response. Are you guys clear with my point? This is all about servlet definition. This is the servlet purpose. Servlet purpose is that we can develop web applications by using the servlets. Definition for the servlet is, servlet are the classes which will have the methods are like init method, service method, destroy method, which will take the parameters, process the parameters and return the response, return the response. Okay, here we are using the word is web applications. Okay, what does it mean by web applications? What does it mean by web applications? Web application. So web application meaning the application which can be accessed by the multiple person. The application which can be accessed by the multiple persons. Which can be accessible by the multiple persons at a time. Multiple persons at a time. Multiple persons at a time is called web application. Okay, is called web application. Is called web application. Next, where we have the web application architecture, right? So the next question is, web application we will run inside the server. Web application we will run. Web application we will run inside the server. Web application we will run inside the server. Web application we will run inside the server. Inside the server. Okay, I will show you how the diagram, then you get to some background. So now let's try from the left. Okay, generally we have, how the flow will be there generally. I'll show you the flow. We have the OS, right? Every system will be having the OS. OS meaning operating system, which will act as a mediator between the user and computer hardware components. Okay, OS will be acting as a mediator in between the user and the computer hardware components. Computer hardware components. Okay, so this is the OS. Inside OS, we will install one server, right? So this is the one server, and inside server, we will keep our web applications. This is the server. I will take this is the server. This is the server, and inside server we will keep our web applications. Inside server we will keep our web applications. This is our web application. This is our web application. I can mention this is web application. Normally we will write some source files, right? Source files, and we will compile by using the compiler, and then after the compilation is done, and if it is the war file, we can make it as the like war, and if it is the standalone application, we can make it as the jar. I will show you here. So simply I can take with some where we have the dot class files, dot class files. Okay, dot class files meaning source files. These are the source files. Source files. Okay. After that, we have the compiler. What the compiler will do? Compiler will generate the bytecode. Compiler will generate the bytecode. Here we have the dot class files, dot class files, and if it is the standalone application, if it is standalone application, we can make it as the dot jar file, dot jar. Okay, if it is the web application, we can make it as the dot var file, dot var file. Okay, we will build, and then here we have the this is the all the files, all the dot class files will make it as the one var file. This var file we will deploy it into the AIM server. We will deploy into the AIM server. So that's why what I'm saying, the word is deploy. Deploy meaning we are keeping dot var file into the server. Is called deployment. Is called deployment. Okay. Generally, how like if anyone this is the one laptop. Okay, we can assume this is the one laptop. Okay. Here we have some users, can assume like that. Okay. So this person, this is the you can take some laptop. If the person will send the request will goes to the. This is our mission actually. This is the mission. This is the mission. Okay. Generally, it should be like this. We have the source files, and we have the compiler. Compiler main purpose is it will compile and it will generate the dot class files, and then we will build those dot class files, and those dot class files we will deploy into the AIM server. We will deploy into the AIM server. Okay, this application can able to access multiple users. This application will be access multiple users. Okay, for example, this person will send the request. This is the request to the server, and then so based on the request, it will uh, it will process the request and it will return the response. It will return the response. It will return the response. So that response will display on the devices. This is the structure will be happen in case of servlets. Are you guys clear with my point? This is clear. And the next thing here, I would say Next point is web application we will run inside the server. We will run inside the server. Then we'll be having, what does it mean by server? Server is a program or software which is used to run our Java web applications. Software which is used to run our Java web applications. Java web applications. Java web applications. Are you guys clear with my point? Java web applications. Okay. Okay. Next heading is web application architecture. Web application architecture. Web application architecture. Okay. The web application architecture is, so the first point is web application architecture, which is having two actors. Which is having two actors. I can take the two actors. So I would say one is the client, or you can say user. Second one is the server. Okay. The next question is client or user means user means here they will send the request. They will send the send the request to the send the request to the server. Send the request to the server. Send the request to the server. Okay. Again, what does it mean by server? Server is which is responsible for which is responsible for which is responsible for take the request take the request and process the request process the request and return the response and return the response. Are you guys clear with my point? Web application which is having two actors. One is the client or user. So client which is used to client means here we will send the request to the server, and where we have the server which is responsible for take the request, process the request, and return the response. Okay. And the next question is steps to develop the project. Steps to develop the web application. Steps to develop the web application. Web application. Okay. Steps to develop the web application. So the first step is download and install the Tomcat server. Set up server. Setup server meaning download and install. Download and install. Okay. Next step is create dynamic project. Create dynamic web project. Okay. Create dynamic web project. Third point is set up the build path. Set up the build path. Set up the build path. Build path for required libraries. Required libraries. And then fourth one is create class. Create servlet class. Okay. Fifth step is fifth step is every servlet class should have URL pattern. URL pattern. So which means every servlet class have URL pattern. URL pattern. Okay. Note point here it is. Note point is every servlet should contain URL pattern. URL pattern. Examples are like below. For example, if you take the login form as the class name, login form as the class name, and this is the class name. So here I will mention this is the class name, and this is the URL pattern. URL pattern. URL pattern. Okay. So here we can mention with the forward slash login form. Okay, forward slash login form. Forward slash login form. Okay. Next, if you take the registration form, and the servlet URL mapping should be like this. Registration, registration form. Okay. Okay. Sixth step is we can build up. We can build the classes, and then we can deploy. We can deploy. We can deploy the web application into the server. Okay. So this is the process steps to download, and the next thing is download Tomcat server. Okay, Tomcat server will discuss about the Tomcat server, right? So the first one is the Tomcat server. Tomcat server. So the first point, which is all about the Tomcat server, is Tomcat. The first point is Tomcat server is developed by the Apache organization. Tomcat server is developed by the by Apache organization. Okay, Apache organization. Okay, next point is Tomcat server is developed by the Apache organization. Tomcat server is developed by the Apache organization. Next thing is server. Uh, Tomcat server is also uh, Tomcat. Tomcat server is also downloaded by the Tomcat. Tomcat server is also developed by using language developed by using language Java. By using languages Java. Okay. Okay. So how to download the Tomcat server? How to download Tomcat server? So generally, you can download the Tomcat server. You can simply go to your Chrome, and there itself you can look for the Tomcat server download. You can look for the Tomcat, okay, server download. And if you click on the Tomcat server download, and whereas if you see based on your system configuration, you can download. So in my case, my system configuration is 64 operating system. You can click on it, it will be download to your local. Okay, it is asking for the location. So in my case, I would like to give the some Tomcat. So in my case, it is already available. So you can give the path, and then it will be download in your local. Okay. The next question is, if I go to my downloads, Apache Tomcat server, if I open this one, and this is the Tomcat folder structure actually. So the next question is how to download the Tomcat server. So simply you can go to the Chrome, and look for Tomcat download. That is the first point. So based on your system configuration, your system configuration, based on I would say your system configuration, your system configuration, you can download Tomcat. Tomcat, okay. Next point is Tomcat server folder structure. Tomcat server folder structure. Okay. The folder structure should be like this. Tomcat server folder structure. So the first one which is containing, first one is the bin folder. Bin folder, okay. Bin folder meaning it contains the binary files. It contains binary files. Binary files, which is used to start the start and stop the Tomcat server. Start and stop the Tomcat server. Stop the server. Server. Okay. Next, where we have the second one is the configuration files. Config. So it contains the configuration files. It contains configuration files related to the Tomcat server. Related to Tomcat server. Related to Tomcat server. Okay. Next, we have the libraries. So it contains the jars. It contains the jars. It contains the jar files. Next, we have the web apps. Web apps. So in the web apps folder, we will keep our web applications. We will keep our web applications. Web applications. These four are very important. Web applications. Web applications. And next we have the temp folder. So at the time of deployment, some temporary file will be created. Temporary files will be created. Files will be created. Okay, files will be created. Next we have the work folder. So some work files will be created. Work files will be created. Work files will be created. So generally here the point is work files will be created. Okay. Generally the point here it is, these two are you can ignore. These two are not binary, but these four are the important. Bin folder it will contain the binary files which is used to start and stop the server. Okay, I will show you. Simply can come to the Tomcat server. You can open the bin folder, and then there if you go here, startup dot startup.bat. So which is used to start the server, and where you have the shutdown.bat, which is used to stop the server. Where these two are available, these two are available in the bin folder. Okay, and next thing where we have the web apps folder. Web apps is the folder where we will keep our web applications. And next we have the libraries, which is used to which is having the jar files. In the library folder, which is having the jar files, and where we have the temp folder. Temp folder, some I would say some temporary files will be created. You can ignore those temporary files. Those temporary files is not required. Okay, you can ignore those temporary files, and where we have the work files also. You can ignore those work files. Okay, this is all about Tomcat server folder structure. This is all about server Tomcat server folder structure. Okay. Next we have the question is HTTP protocol. What does it mean by HTTP protocol? Okay. First thing is what does it mean by HTTP? HTTP means hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol. Transfer protocol. Okay. Transfer protocol. Okay. Fine. Next point is HTTP will act as a mediator between it will act as a mediator between client and server. Act as a mediator between client and server. Client and server. I will show you. I will go to the diagram and then there I will show you. Simply can come to This is the client and this is the server. HTTP will act as a mediator between the client and server. For example, if you want to move from BML layout to Mahatali, so how will you go? You will use some vehicle, right? Like some bus, some bike. Okay. So in that case, the vehicles are act as a mediator. Similarly, for example, when the client meaning our system, that whenever you are looking for the some, whenever you are hitting some URL, then it will go to the server. It will go to the server with the help of HTTP methods. With the help of HTTP methods. HTTP plus request. So the request will go to server by using the HTTP methods. Okay. So this is the way the request will go to the server. Request will go to the server. A request, and this is the way we will get the response. We will get the response. We will get the response. Are you guys clear with my point? It will act as a mediator between the client and server. Client and server. Okay. The next thing is we have the status codes. Status codes. In the status codes, if you get the like 1xx, 1xx meaning informational code, information code. You will get the error in between 100 to 199, 100 to 199. Then you can say that is the informational code error. And the next thing is 2xx, 2xx, which meaning success code, success code, success code. Okay, we can say which is in between 200 to 299, 200 to 299. Okay, next thing is 3xx. 3xx is the redirectional code. Redirectional code. This is 300 to 399. Okay, fourth one is the 4xx. 4xx. Okay, which is basically client side errors, client code. If the client any mistakes, this is in between 400 to 499. 400 to 499. Next, where we have the 5xx, which is for server side errors, server code. Okay, which is in between 500 to 599. 500 to 599. Okay, these are the status codes. This is the theoretical part about I would say servlets. Now we already downloaded the Tomcat server, right? So how to configure the Tomcat server into the Eclipse IDEs? Simply what you will do, we can come to the Eclipse and you can change the perspective Java to this version, Java to this one, JW. Okay, Java to JW. Basically, JW meaning Java Enterprise Edition. Java Enterprise Edition. So JW, which is the made up of with two APIs, which is combination of two APIs. One is Servlet API, Servlet API, and second one is the JSP API. JSP API. So JSP API is the front end, and this is for the back end. This is the fact for the back end. If you want to write the back end by using the servlet, you manually need to give the build path servlet.api. You need to give the servlet.api. Now what I am doing, I am creating the file. How will you create the file? You can simply come to the file and web dynamic project. web dynamic project, you can take new, and then dynamic web project, you can mention any name. So here I am mentioning some Wipro technologies, okay, Wipro technologies, and then I am clicking on the next, and then SRC, next, and then finish. So my project got created, right? My project got created. Now simply, so initially, uh, simply can go to the show view, where we will get the consoles are there. You can look for the servers, click on the servers, your server will be added here, and then initially they will ask like create the server. So if you click on the create server, you need to give the your server path here, then your server will be added to your IDE, your ID. Also, whenever you are creating the project also, for example, I will show you create web dynamic project, and then for example here poly project, poly web project, take one more file, dynamic web project, you can mention some article. So initially, by default, it is you need to give the path here, Apache Tomcat 9 version. Okay, you can select the Apache Tomcat 9 version, and you have to configure with 4.02, and then the Apache Tomcat server also can give, and then click on the next, and then next, and then finish. This is the steps you need to follow in your case also. And then I will explain through the project structure. Actually, this is the project structure, and if you see the project structure, Java, under the Java folder, Java files are available. Okay, and web content, under the web content, our front end related files are available under the web content. Okay, simply what I am doing, I am taking one index.html, I am taking one file. The file name is, I would like to mention some index.html, index.html. Okay, so here this is the HTML file, right? So the main purpose of the HTML file, which is used to presentation layer. So here I am writing hello search software solutions, search software. Okay, I am saving this one, and I want to deploy this specific file into my Tomcat server. How will you deploy? So simply you can click on it, run on the server, run on server. You can click on the server, and then next step, and then finish it. Okay, restart the server. My server is starting. So I am getting the result in different page, right? So if I copy this one, and if I go to any other browser, if I can hit like this, you will get the data. You will get the data. How I am getting the data? I am accessing. So here in the URL, this is the part number one. The part number one, every service will maintain the IP address. And in the part number two, this is the part number two. Part number two, you need to mention your product name. Okay, in the part number three, you need to mention your file name. So whenever you are hitting with any URL pattern, you can you can divide like as the parts, and then only, for example, if you are trying to hit some wrong part, if you are trying to, you are getting the 404, not 4. Okay, 404, not 4. This is the complete way. Are you guys clear with my point? So today, what you guys will do, you can download Tomcat server, and you can map the can improve that can configure the Tomcat server in the IDE, and then there you can create one project. Okay, and there you can take one front end file like HTML file you can take, and you can deploy that specific file into the AIM server, and then we will get this message, right? can take the screenshot of it and then you can share the screenshot in the group. This one. Okay. This is all about the servlets. Okay, I will share this document to you.